Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.
You're muted, Brother Ali.
Thank you. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. I said, inshallah, everyone is happy with what Allah has given us all together, freely. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. ربنا أوزع علينا صبرا وثبت أقدامنا وانصرنا على القوم الكافرين. رب اجعل هذا البلد آمنا واجنبني وبني أن نعبد الأصنام. ربنا اغفر لنا وارحمنا وأنت خير الراحمين آمين. لا حول ولا قوة إلا بالله العلي العظيم. وصل اللهم على محمد وعلى آله وأصحابه وأتباعه وسلم. ربنا اغفر لنا وارحمنا وأنت خير الراحمين آمين. So, do you hear me?
Yes, we do.
Yeah, okay, inshallah. I will try to solve the problem. I have done something strange. Yeah, I don't know where my notes has gone. Okay. Okay. So I have lost my notes. Okay. We have been studying the section Araf, 7th section of the Quran, and we studied up to the verse, I think, yeah, verse 755. So let's go there. Now, in verse 7th section of the Quran, 54, the verse introduced our Lord. Your Lord is God, and He created the heavens and the earth in 6 days. Then He established on His throne of His majesty. He covered the day with the night in swift pursuit, with the sun and the moon and the stars subservient to His command. All of them were created for you, to serve you. Don't all creation and command belong to Him? Is there anyone who really can claim the ownership over them? And is there anyone who can do all these? Blessed is God, Tabarakallahu Rabbul Alameen, the Lord of all the worlds. Now, after introducing the Lord of all the worlds, it means who is taking care of all this. Now we studied this verse, and then addresses to human beings, to us. It's a very, very beautiful, meaningful verse. We have to take it into our heart. Now, ud'u rabbakum. So the description was given in the previous verse that I just quickly went over it. Then call on to your Lord, this Lord, tadarru'an, humbly, with tadarru. Actually, tadarru means desperate in need of it, beggingly. Humbly is translated, and in the secrecy of your heart, وَخُفْيَةً. It is secretly in your heart, not only in your tongue, including the tongue, but the tongue must represent it. Whatever you have in your heart, it must make it into a form, verbal expression. The tongue must make it, but unfortunately, it hurts me because I fail in this case. If there is nothing in your heart, which is hidden there, khufya is something to do with khafi, something secret, not openly seen. So if there is nothing, for example, I have a box, and in the box, there should be something. There was supposed to be something, but the box is open. How can I express it in a word, with words, saying that, look, this box has what? There is nothing, empty. So I shouldn't say we even, I have to be very careful when I say addressing to God. It is the verbal expression of what I have in my feelings, what I have been experiencing in my feelings, so that it will be something in my heart. I am experiencing this in my heart. But we have to be very careful. It doesn't mean that I don't believe. I believe, yes, but unfortunately, this belief is not settled down in my heart. I have to be very careful. I'm not accusing anyone. I'm not saying against anyone, but for myself, expressing myself, I have to be extremely careful about it. When I address my Lord, whoever owns me, who prepared everything for me in the world, it must come from my heart and expressed in my tongue. So, إِنَّهُ لَا يُحِبُّ الْمُعْتَدِينَ. He doesn't love those who transgress the limits of what is right. He doesn't love those who transgress the limits of what is right. Mu'tad comes from the word ada. I'tada is another form of the word. So i'tada, going beyond it. Ada, and in Arabic, you may be familiar with your mother tongue if you are from, or definitely from Arabic speaking background, or subcontinent languages. Adawat, adu, which means enemy. Mu'tad goes beyond the limits of his capacity, his responsibility, and really transgresses his own right, his own limitations. Mu'tad, the one who transgresses his limitations and starts claiming the ownership of something which in fact belonged to the Lord of the heavens and the earth. False claim. That is why Murtad transgresses the right of the creator of everything, including myself. So God doesn't like it. Of course, you can claim what you want to claim, but God doesn't love it, doesn't like it, because I am transgressing unlawfully his right. It means really, if I don't pray, if I don't call on my Lord, attribute everything to it, attribute everything to him, and present all my needs to him, although apparently, for example, very simple, I am getting the water from any water reservoir or any water spring. Getting there, I should acknowledge that it is from the creator of the universe because he created it, he employed the water spring for me and gave me the permission to use it, so I must refer it back to him. That consciousness must be in my mind, and I must have this feeling, even if I don't say it in my tongue, I need water, oh my Lord. I have to have this understanding in my mind that I am getting from the property of my creator. I think this matter is clear, inshallah. So, excuse me. "56. Do you have any question, any concern so far? If you have, please open your mic, speak, or write in chat box. 56. I'm
sorry. Can we just a little bit unpack some more about he does not love those who transgress the limits of what is right? I mean, generally speaking, like you were saying, anything that's provided, you give the example of water or anything, like acknowledging that it is sent from something not of the nature of this universe, or like we said here, it is sent from the creator of the universe. But so just like, I would say basic things, starting from basics. Otherwise, like if I don't acknowledge the source of my existence through, let's say, for example, water, that it's provided, it's like a means. I mean, it's provided, first of all, it's not coming from the tap, it's not coming from the river, but like it's a blessing that's provided. And if I'm not cognizant of this fact, then I'm definitely transgressing the limits of what is right, and hence I won't be able to call on to my Lord humbly. I'm just trying to make the connection here because it's a beautiful verse, though. I kind of like this part where it's talking about call on to your Lord humbly and in the secrecy of your hearts. We all have wishes, hopes, desires, and all that. Obviously, even starting from a very young age. This is what I wish. Most of us here are in the States, and obviously the holiday seasons are around the corner. Where people are making their wish list, but then it goes on until adulthood. But I'm just wondering, like, how what do I do? I would say maybe with these feelings of hopes and desires. So, and that would only make sense if I'm not transgressing the limits of what is right. So like starting from like what we may refer to as basic things, which are not basic things, as in just, I guess, starting from existence, my existence. I just wanted to share these thoughts.
Well, rather than a question, you stated what you understood, which is expressed in the previous verse. And also we have to acknowledge ourselves, not because the verse of the Quran said so. Do we agree what is said in the previous verse in this one? Mm-hmm. Yeah, what's that? Come on. I lost the control. So, yeah, in this verse 54, if we acknowledge it, if everything in the heavens and the earth is created by the Lord of the universe, who is called God, and I am included in it, you are right. I don't have to repeat what you said. It is there already. Said, you also summarized it beautifully. Thank you. So 56, وَلَا تُفْسِدُوا فِي الْأَرْضِ بَعْدَ إِصْلَاحِهَا. Don't spread corruption on earth after it has been so well ordered. So with this, it is interesting why the word, as if God is asking me, do not corrupt the earth, because where I am, I cannot corrupt the moon, I cannot corrupt the galaxies, but physically speaking, but in my daily relationship, connection with the world, everything to do with the world, the things themselves. I breathe from the atmosphere, and I get the water from the earth, and all the plants and animals are living on the, created on the earth, etc. Don't spread corruption on earth. The word is fasad, وَلَا تُفْسِدُوا, corruption. Don't do corruption. So it's something to do with the physical corruption of the earth, or also, if you like, causing corruption among human beings, conflict among human beings, and also one's understanding of the universe, or understanding of the earth and his or her relationship with the earth. This relationship, this understanding should not turn the reality upside down. What does it mean? First of all, I should not cause any corruption which disturbs the already established order of the universe working perfectly by destroying it. For example, I can burn the forest. I can cut the tree. I can kill unnecessarily the animals. This is corruption, correct. I can pollute the earth and the water, oceans, the seas. That is corruption as well. So don't do that, because they are, if you like, here, we said, no, again, what are we doing? I say here. ثم استوى على العرش. So then he established on the throne of his majesty. It means perfectly arranged the universe and he demonstrated his activity, his sovereignty on the universe, letting the people understand that the universe cannot establish this in this perfection itself by itself. There is somebody is operating on it, and this Lord of the universe, the one who established on it, it means who set the universe in the perfect order, is demonstrating himself, his qualities in the creation of the heavens and the earth. Now, if someone physically corrupts it, or ideologically corrupts it, or economically corrupts it between the people, or causes social corruption, making people fight each other because he or somebody or some companies need to sell their weapons. That is a very, very dangerous corruption, because it is not only really killing the trees or killing or burning the forest, it is killing thousands. Nowadays, they can kill millions of people when they produce weapons. And God is reminding us that we should not join them, we should not support them, we should definitely not do ourselves this kind of corruption, social corruption. But ideological corruption, what does it mean? That is very important. The one who establishes throne, it means his qualities manifested on the creation of everything, which really demonstrates his sovereignty over everything, that everything is perfectly interrelated with each other in a perfect order and working perfectly in front of our eyes. And saying that, no, it is an accidental being, happened to be as a sequence of random events. That is also corruption of the throne of the Creator. For example, transgressing the rights of the Creator. If somebody says, this book consists of paper and something happens that they dropped on it, and then it was an ink, and this ink was really subject to different natural events, and like earthquake, like other, whatever we call them, winds or calamities, or in general they call this kind of activities. As a result of these activities, the meaningful big book happened to be so meaningful and transferring some sort of information to me. What is that? Causing corruption in the reality of the book and transgressing the right of its author. Oh, that is what real, essential, universal corruption is. You can burn the forest. You can burn 1 million people on earth by just really pressing on a button of a machine which destroys chemical weapons and destroys everything on certain parts of the land, and kills all animals, plants, human beings, regardless of who is guilty, who is not guilty, if there is anyone guilty at all, apart from the one who makes them, produces these weapons and presses on the button of the machine or turns it on. And it starts really sending the chemical weapons or bombs, whatever they are. They only destroy certain part of the earth. but the ideology, who says the book is just happened to be meaningful by itself, transgresses the right of the author who has written the whole book. It means the whole meaningful book of the universe. That is a boundless corruption, limitless corruption. The punishment for this people, this person, must be limitless. That is why the Quran describes the hell a punishment forever, limitless. But that makes sense. That is why we primarily have to take care of the environment, definitely everything. All right. But you don't have to be a believer of the Quran to be an earth-friendly person. They call it green person. Okay. That is fine. But we are reading the Quran. Quran gives the news from the word of the Creator. So we have to look at the matter not only in terms of our relationship with the universe, but also in terms of our relationship with the Creator, the owner, the rights of the owner of the universe, who has established his sovereignty, his qualities in the universe that human intelligence can easily perceive and understand, acknowledge him. Now, if we go through this stage, what the verse says, interesting again, is reminding us the previous verse, verse 75, which says, "Ud'uuhu khawfan wa tama'an." Call unto him, call him, pray to him. It means acknowledge him, make supplications to him. Why? We are always inclined to neglect this reality. We just start doing something something which our egoistic interest, self-satisfying interest is, and forgetting about the rights of other people, rights of other animals, plants, rights of the Creator, the owner of the universe. That's why we have to call unto him. Again, khawfan is translated as, here, alarmed. Alarmed means alerted. Why? I can always do that. When I call him, it means I connect myself or anything of the universe I am utilizing, using. I have to keep reminding myself that, look, I should not transgress the right of the owner. I should not transgress the order of the universe, which gives me the permission to utilize it in a legitimate way, in a reasonable way. For example, of course, the plants are created and they created in a way that they produce fruits, vegetables, all sorts of things, and animals eat them. That is the order. While I am picking up for example, vegetables from the plants, I have to remember that this is a gift present to me, blessing to me from the Creator, and not transgress the right of the Creator, saying that I grew this as if I have created it. Ignore it. That's why we have to be always careful not to be carried away with our inclination towards negligence, and also interpreting the event as a result of wrong interpretation, attributing the result of the production that I am collecting from the garden or orchard, and say, this is my production. Anything to do with our relationship with the earth must be really performed in an alarming way. In fact, often means really somehow scared, but it may be misunderstood. Being afraid of that I'm going to go into a wrong attitude, I am going to take an wrong action, wrong understanding, so that I will be a transgressor, as it is previously explained. I will be a transgressor. So I have to be always on alert, fearing that I may transgress the rights of the other creatures and also the Creator. I may transgress it. This alarming position is, or alerted position, is expressed in the verse as fear. Yeah, who call upon him, the Creator, the Lord of the universe, khawfan, with fear. Maybe some translations say fear, but why should I fear of God? No, you don't have to fear of God. He's giving you everything and he's doing nothing here except in your feelings, so that you will understand what you are doing is wrong, because it will contradict human nature. And also at the end, of course, if you do corruption, even in the most secular society, most secular law system, you are punished. If you transgress the rights of the author of a book, for example, if you really transgress the rights of the copyright rights, they will definitely punish you, and not only financial, put you in prison. Who are they? Oh, those people who never acknowledge the Quran. Maybe don't like the Quran because they say they don't understand. If they study really, they will appreciate it, but they will say, oh, these are the Muslim terrorist people's book. But they do also the same thing, but of course, the news of the Quran is not the same. Because news of the Quran says, look, when you do this, be careful not to transgress the right of the Creator as well. In secular legal system, there is no right of the Creator. Right of the Creator is not acknowledged because they don't acknowledge the Creator from the beginning. I mean, do they right? Think about it. Can you say that, yeah, when you say that this information in the book happened to be by itself or written by nature? No, not the author. Of course, the author will take you to court. Transgression of the copyright. The copyright, as previously expressed in the previous verse, the copyright belongs to the Lord of the universe, who put his signature in every single letter of this universe. This is my choice. This is my letter. This is my word, my sentence, my paragraph. I arranged it. So everywhere in the Quran of the universe, this universe, we have only his signature. No one can say that I am the one who gave, no one can claim this, who gave existence to this, who arranged this. I have the power to do that. I have the knowledge, wisdom, will, etc. to do this. No one has it. Even intelligent human beings cannot say that I have arranged my intelligence. My cells created the intelligence, produced the intelligence accidentally. No one can claim that. There is no evidence. They can do, there's no evidence. Nowadays is the main problem is this. Actually, we have to understand and be careful because we are all the productions of the secular education system. This secular education system, in every sentence, secular sentence of the education system, interpreting the creation. We have to be careful. Interpreting the creation and referring it to a natural development, natural happenings, accidental evolvings, transgresses the rights of the author of the book of the universe. They have to be punished by the number of the particles of the universe. Every particle is a signature, has a signature on it. Arsh means this, where the creator has put his signature in the creation of the body of the every single being. That is his arsh. Because if we study the particle, you will see that only the creator of the universe can give existence to this, etc. We repeated that. This is khawf. Khawf of, it means fear of falling into negligence or falling into taking a wrong attitude, transgressive attitude towards the creator. Physical corruption is included, but the main aim of the Quran is to teach us what we cannot know. Otherwise, I know I shouldn't corrupt the earth, because if I do it, I will be really undermining myself, my own health, as it is now obvious in the world. Health problems, nourishment problems, false productions, they are absolutely obvious to everyone, even the people who don't believe in God say, we have to take care of the earth. What are we doing? We are killing ourselves. That is not the point in the Quran, although included, but I don't have to have the Quran, the creator who speak to me and say it extra information to me that I can understand what is going on in the universe, what is going on in the earth. I can myself understand by using my human feelings that I should not corrupt the universe physically. Quran says, oh, no, yeah, that is correct, but there is something more important than this. Don't cause any corruption in the earth by transgressing the rights of its author, creator, Lord. That is why fear is related to me, not others. Now, after understanding this, explaining this, we can translate this verse, the second part of the verse, call unto him, the Lord of the universe, with fear of transgressing his right. And it is not only fear, tama'an. Tama' means longing, being filled of the hope that I hope I won't do that. I hope I will get the result because I am calling him, thanking him, and asking him that give me more of what I need because only you can. So this longing from his mercy that he can create not one spring, one tree, trillions of trees, numbers, great numbers of springs following each other, that my prayer will be accepted. Whatever I need, he will provide it for me. That is why tama' means it has a bit more than demanding, more than desiring. Yeah, I desire this, but I may not have any hope to have it. But having the hope of getting the result, saying that please, please accept my dua, my call, my prayer, my acknowledgement, and responded it in a positive way. Accept it. So it continues, Inna rahmatallahi qareebun minal muhsinin. It's beautiful verse. I think if we understand this verse and live by it, that is enough for today. So meaningful. The Quran is so meaningful and deep, I found it. I sometimes say, am I exaggerating? To myself. Am I really exaggerating? But it is so obvious. Maybe underestimating. So said, for example, don't spread corruption in the world, we studied, and then call upon him with the fear of making a mistake. This is always possible. Be alarmed about it and be full of hope. Hope that he will accept it. He will accept it. And if you like the following phrase in the same word, it welcomes you. If I do this, the following phrase says, yes, you who are doing this can have the hope because the mercy of God, Inna rahmatallah, is close to those who do good. Now, let's say it is very close to you. Inna qareebun minal muhsinin. The mercy of God is very close to you if only you are loyal to the reality of the universe. It is beautiful. It means as soon as you make your prayer, your call of God, it comes to you. Mercy of God comes to you. How? You start feeling secure in your own existence, saying that, look, I am owned, and these feelings are owned. This fear is owned, created and owned by the one who created the universe. He is the creator of this feeling right now. You become aware of it. Those people deny, they see that the creator of this feeling, as a result of denial, they say, okay, this is the accident happened, the universe is accident. Oh, it will, I will be accident disappear anytime I don't know, and I cannot have any hope because definitely the death is waiting for me. It is a dead end road. But again, God is very close to to this man as well, but not with fear, sorry, not with hope, but complete despair. That is how we are created. The creation of despair, the creation of the result of wrong attitude towards the Creator is also a mercy, warning us. If some, for example, one of the students has not learned anything, didn't really listen to the teacher, and didn't take any lesson seriously, and then fail, of course, in the test, as a result of test, the teacher says, you were not successful. Of course, he has to blame himself. But if the teacher did not say that he was not successful, he failed, instead, if the teacher said, you are very good, very great, do you think this teacher is doing to this student good or harm? Oh, he will say, oh, I didn't write any answer, any good answer. I didn't really learn anything, and the teacher appreciated me. Of course, this teacher is harming the students. So if God didn't create an awful, unbearable feeling as a result of denial of his mercy, his acts of creation, his presence in the world, his ever being present in the world and really presenting this universe every moment anew, anew, anew. Universe is creating, continuously changing universe at motion, and presenting him, continuously writing, continuously speaking to human beings. Look, only an absolute being can do it. This is me, this is me. The Lord of the universe is continuously writing and putting his signature. This is my product, this is my product, putting a stamp on it. This is my product. If you like, this is the production of some company of the Lord of the universe, if you like. I'm sorry for this simple example. Everywhere is the sign is there. And if someone denies and said that really the life is the result of accident and death is the result of accident, it is inevitable, I cannot have any hope. This feeling is getting the failing F from the teacher, because this is good for him to get F rather than A or B. That is good. So that I will know, as a lazy student, I'm not learning. No one is appreciating me. What is wrong with me? If somebody feels lonely, if somebody loses his hope, if somebody thinks that he is going to be destroyed for nothing when he gets old and die, this is the great received from F, that his feelings are created, saying that you are on the wrong path, you are on the wrong path. Turn back, reconsider yourself, recover from this inhuman attitude. Okay, the mercy of God is close to those who do good. Now, muhsinin. Muhsin is the word comes from husn. It's beauty, beautiful. Why? Ahsan is the root cause of form. The root verb is hasana, but this is the derivation of ahsana, making the things beautiful. What does it mean? When I never had this, but let us give an example. When I have a good cloth on me, it looks nice, isn't it? So it makes it look nice, the cloth, beautifully made clothes, let's say matching clothes, whatever it is, beautiful things, make something beautiful. Muhsin, something beautiful, making something beautiful. His action, his thought is beautiful, matching his or her human nature, matching his or her human feelings, humanity. That is called muhsin, the one who chooses, practices the beautifying actions appropriate to human nature and makes the human being beautiful. This is what the verse is talking about. Inna rahmatallahi qareebun min al-muhsinin. The mercy of God is definitely close to those who do good actions, good interpretations, and being honest to his own human nature, reality, and gets A+. You did wonderful. That's it. That's it. If you say, that is an, of course, imaginary example, which I like to understand the necessity of eternal life, actually. You borrow a book from a friend, you read it, benefited a lot, and you are now at the end filled with the thankfulness, gratefulness to the author of the book. On an occasion, you came to know this author, and he is speaking to you. You say, whatever the name is, for example, I don't know, Mr. John, Mr. Joe. So, hey, Joe, I read your book. Yeah, the Joe says, okay, I loved it, but the book wasn't mine. The book was my friend's, but I'm really, really hoping to get a hard copy of the book in my library under my hand. So from time to time, I can refer it, appreciate it. What do you think this author will say? Look, in my bag, there is an extra copy. Here it is, since you appreciate the value of the book. Even if you try to pay him, he wouldn't accept it. That is human. By creating human beings with this feeling, the Creator is letting me know that how he is going to treat me. If I really acknowledge the mercy of the Creator, if I call upon him, using the translation alarmed or really alerted and hope, full of longing towards him, and appreciating, of course, the mercy of God is close to him. In this world, he will be happy in his life because the Creator really will create happiness in his feelings. How? Already, for example, if you think that a person, let's say your father is really very rich. He says, don't worry, my daughter, my son, whatever you need, tell me, I will give you. If you are sure that he will give, if you are sure that he can give, then you don't have any really worries about your future. It doesn't mean that you should be lazy, but you don't have any worries about your future. If something happens that I fall into a need of anything, then I can really go and refer it to my Father. He takes care of me. He promised me. If we see that this feeling in us is created by my Creator, that is the way He is promising me that whatever I want from Him, He will give me, because He is the absolute one. Don't you see the universe? The universe is shouting, not only declaring, shouting, my Creator must be the absolute one, limitless one. So you get this feeling and say that, or if you remember, death is coming, death is inevitable. Yeah, my Creator knows what He's doing. He created me from nothing. When I was nothing, He's so generous. Why should I fall into despair now? He is giving me everything. The universe is at my service. And when I am honest with His action, with His generosity, then I feel happy. In this world, it means it's the promise. When I ask something more, definitely He will give, which I ask now. I don't want to die. I don't want this existence, this pleasure to get to end. And please give me more. I don't want to disappear from existence. I want to continue entertaining the creation. Come on, give me more. You are absolute. And this feeling says, this is my God's Creator's promise. He will give. Why shouldn't He? Well, what is the reason not to give? The same thing goes for the denier. I don't want to die. I don't want to lose my happiness. The deniers say, but I'm going to die. Despair. It means this despair causes really, this despair causes really pain in his being, but he says, it is inevitable. What shall I do? No hope. Okay. This hopelessness causes sadness. This sadness is also a promise. Okay, if you don't repent, go back and say that I shouldn't be sad as a guest in this world. Look at the universe, so meaningful. Whoever did it must know what he's doing. Why shouldn't I fall into despair if you don't really take lesson from the creation of this psychological despair, loneliness, hopelessness, whatever you call it, all these kind of problems that the deniers are entertaining now, if you like, experiencing. The more denier, the more despair they feel in their life. Hopelessness, there is no hope. Death is inevitable. What shall I do? Just, try to entertain yourself as much as possible. Then this feeling is a promise that he will be given despair forever. God forbid. God protect us from this. So horrible feeling, so illogical conclusion. We have to pray the Creator not to be among them. Inshallah. Inshallah, we will be among those people who entertain the rahmatullah, qaribun min al-muhsinin, group of people. It means those people whose God's mercy is close to them, who are doing all these rightful actions and attitudes and thankful feelings, entertaining the thankfulness, happiness in this world. Inshallah, we will really enjoy our existence, which is beautiful, under the guidance of the news that we receive from the revelation, God's speech, verbal explanation of the reality of this universe, verbal explanation by the creator of the universe, delivered to us through his, if you like, messengers. Yeah. Inshallah, we will keep benefiting from them. Sorry, any comment? Any mic is opening? All right. Okay. Any more? Any comment? Any question? Otherwise, we will stop here. Okay. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Subhanaka la ilma lana illa ma 'allamtana. Innaka antal alimul hakim wa akhiru da'wahum and alhamdulillahi rabbil alameen. Thank you very much for joining the class. Thank you. Inshallah, I'll see you next Wednesday, next Monday, Saturday. Alhamdulillah. This is the most enjoyable part of my life, really, when we have this beautiful discussions, the discussions of the beautiful guideline of the creation, inshallah, the revelation of God.